Today we're going to be making a gratitude journal. Choose a notebook or a journal. Then choose some basic paper to go over the top of your journal because we're going to be doing a custom journal today. Flip open your book face down. Apply Mod Podge on the back of your journal. Then press down your paper over the Mod Podge, making sure it adheres to your journal. Then you'll want to close your journal and press down over the spine to make sure there's a good crease. Cut the excess paper off. Choose where your title will go. I chose to draw a rectangle where my title will go. Choose a title and a font. Choose your color palette. I'll be using colored pencils and markers. Choose some inspiration. For the base of my flowers, I chose to draw halfway around a bottle to make the nice rounded shape. Trace around a larger cup as a guide for where the petals will go. Draw your middle petal first and your side petals, and that kind of gives you a good guide to make sure that the rest of the petals fall in line. I chose my style of my journal to look like floral doodles, and you can choose whatever you like, and hopefully it's just a relaxing exercise for you. This next element is like drawing vines, and the little curvy lines curving and then going into straight lines and then curving the opposite direction just helps give it movement. So practice on another piece of paper and then try it on your journal. The next technique will be drawing vines behind another vine, making sure that you're not crossing through your vine that you currently have, just making sure you keep track of drawing behind it. Now, as you can see, I am doodling around my rectangle because I want to make sure to keep that space open and ready for my font. I'm going to have the word gratitude inside that rectangle. So I'm doodling a variety of different types of leaves and flowers. Now this floral element starts out with the spiral, little circle, and then spirals all the way around, and we will build on top of that. I'm making sure my spiral ends off the page. Then I'll turn my book and start with some petals going around the spiral. Make sure to turn your book and not your hand. You want to make sure your hand is in a comfortable position. Then I'm going to draw a little trim around the edge on the inside so that I can build upon my doodle. Draw straight little lines all the way around on the inside of your doodle. Then on the outside where the petals are, I will fill in little dark inset petals. Try another spiral right next to it, but doodle a little bit different. Continue to doodle flowers, vines, and leaves all over your page. On the other side of the page, draw a few larger flowers, and then you'll come back and draw behind them. Also draw flowers and leaves all the way around the edges of your journal. Some other techniques you could do is practicing like 4 to 5 lines one direction and then 4 to 5 lines the other way. Instead of always practicing them in the straight line, consider practicing them in a wavy shape. And then you can use this as part of your border. Try this flower. Do a spiral and then make a circle around it and then a trim around that circle and draw some little lines around the edges and then add your petals. So once you have your petals, make a little border, trace around all the petals. You can add onto your flower by drawing little lines inside the petals, followed by little dots on top of those little short lines. When you're doodling, think about building on top of it, like you're making a doodle collage. Choose like each leaf to be different and build leaves in front and build leaves behind. Practice doodling some elements on another piece of paper before you take it to your journal. Make sure your leaves look unique and different. Think outside the box. Once you like some patterns and some doodles, take it over to your journal. Use color to help you keep track of where all your elements are. This little flower has 4 slightly heart-shaped petals to begin with. Once you've got your 4 petals, then you want to color little wavy petals behind it. For the shading, draw little lines on the inside first to make it look like it's squeezed to the center. Then draw some straight little bitty lines out on the edges of all the petals. Make sure to add leaves. Continue on working to get some big flowers here and there throughout the page. Try a flower with long petals. Here I'm making myself some guide petals to make sure it's even all the way around, and I just add in between those. Or you can trace around a cup to help you guide where the petals go. Try making your leaves a little bit different on each one of your flowers. Here's a few leaf options. Since this cover is a doodle, you can always come back and keep adding to it. Doodling helps you think. It helps you process emotion. Maybe doodling on the outside of this journal every now and then will help you decide what you want to put on the inside of your journal. At some point when you're done doodling, it's time to color it in. I'm going to enjoy doodling on my journal throughout the month. Please like and subscribe. See you soon.